Nesta quinta-feira, um cinegrafista flagrou mais um dos inúmeros crimes de guerra cometidos por Israel. 2 jovens foram covardemente assassinados e enterrados como lixo. Uma cena de horror que gera tristeza e revolta não só ao povo palestino, mas a todo o mundo.
Has obtained video showing Israeli forces in Gaza shooting and killing 2 unarmed Palestinians. One of the men repeatedly waves what appears to be a piece of white fabric to show that they're not a threat. Their bodies are then buried by a bulldozer. The Israeli army hasn't commented on the video, and we warn you that you may find some of the images in Barbara Angopa's report distressing.
These unarmed men are trying to return to their homes in northern Gaza. The only way to get there is through Al-Rashid Street, west of Gaza City. And near the Nablus roundabout, southwest of Gaza City, Israeli forces are deployed. A Palestinian man approaches the Israeli soldiers. He raises a white flag, an international sign of surrender, and Israeli troops allow him to approach safely. Meanwhile, the other young man turns back to where he came from. He too raises a white flag. Here, the first man disappears from view in the footage. Then Israeli soldiers use a Neymar armored vehicle to chase down the young man walking away from them. He waves a small white flag at them. But the white flag doesn't prevent soldiers from opening fire on him. An Israeli bulldozer arrives on the scene, and here we see the body of the first man on the ground. In a final indignity, the giant bulldozer shovels the 2 bodies and buries them in sand and litter. The Israeli soldiers attempt to conceal the executions. The whereabouts of a group of Palestinian witnesses is unknown. Hamas says in any ceasefire agreement, the right of Palestinians to return to their homes safely without being shot at by Israeli troops must be included. Barbara Angopa, Al Jazeera.
Imran, in the past few months, while the war on Gaza, as far as Israel is concerned, has been continuing, we've seen some disturbing images, none more disturbing than what we're showing today. Any reaction from the Israeli authorities?
Well, just as I was waiting to speak to you, we did get a response from the Israeli army. What we did was just a few hours ago was send them the video and ask them for their response. They've said it very clearly. They've said that the video in question is edited and doesn't show the context of the incident. A thorough and professional examination is required in order to assess the details of the incident. Upon receiving the report on the incident, it was transferred to the relevant professional bodies for review. That's a pretty standard answer for the Israeli army when we show them anything, when any journalist asks any questions about what's going on, whether it's in the occupied West Bank or even in Gaza. They say, we're going to investigate, and then they leave it be, hoping that something else will happen and the world's media will be put elsewhere. That attention will go elsewhere. We've seen this time and time again. It's also worth remembering that Israel doesn't prosecute soldiers for any crimes that are committed, potential war crimes. And let's use that word, that term, potential war crimes that have been committed, whether it's the occupied West Bank or whether it's Gaza. Israel protects its soldiers. We're not expecting a much more detailed response from that. Certainly it won't come today, probably won't come within the next couple of weeks or so. Probably have to keep on the Israeli army to try and tell us exactly what they're investigating and how they're investigating. But even then, all of that is met with an Israeli army response that simply says, and they keep doing this, we are investigating.
Imran, thanks very much for the update. Of course, we'll continue to monitor that with you from occupied East Jerusalem. Thank you.